right to assume that, or
Yeah, you can assume it all you want. I got till the day or the day of the game to make that decision, and I'll stick to that.
Austin Mack left practice. Do you know anything about it?
Yeah, again, it's maintenance stuff for him. He's had maintenance stuff for the last 2 or 3 weeks, so we've been just monitoring him, and he'll be available.
Does that mean he'll play?
Yes. Yes, Austin will play.
Because I'm available, but I ain't gonna play.
He'll play.
about Christian Matt, is it also just a veteran day?
Yep.
Maintenance?
Same thing, just maintenance stuff with him. I think he's earned that, and we needed to look at some things with him and had him out today to make sure he's able to do the things we need him to do. So again, yeah, just another maintenance day for him, a lot lighter load more than a maintenance day.
Last week, Ottawa played in a great football game. How did they improve on offense with Crum, and is he improving?
I think yes. I think he's improving. I think he's getting more comfortable with their system and their guys. And obviously, he's a quarterback that can use his legs, but he can also throw it around. So I think the more you play in this league, the more you get comfortable with defenses and what they're trying to do to you, and you can see that with him. And ultimately, they're scoring points on offense with them. So and that's the bottom line name of the game. So, there is definitely improvement with him, and he's a tough quarterback as well. So, we're in for a tough test, game day, and we'll be prepared and ready for him.
Yeah, they're scoring points, but they're also allowing points, allowing big plays, big passing plays. Are you guys licking your chops, watching that Ottawa defense?
Well, I think you look at everything from a defensive perspective. We're obviously through 8-9 games, you can kind of see where their rankings are stats wise to see what their overall picture of their defense is. You still have to earn those plays, and bottom line. So I don't think there's anybody licking their chops. We're looking at what the defense does. We're going to try to attack them, where we feel they are vulnerable. And they do have a lot of strengths. As many big plays as they give up, they also get a lot of takeaways as well. So, we got to go in there and play sound football, hold on to the ball. And then when the big plays are there to be made, our guys got to make them. But you earn those big plays. You don't just, they're not given to you. And, so, that's our mindset. We got to go in there and take a game and make plays rather than anything being given to us or licking our chops. We know it's going to be a tough game.
Sorry, if Evans does in fact start and play, is there anything you'd like to see from him in his second game that you might not have seen last week?
Obviously it's the same thing we just talked about with Crum. Just want to see improvement. The offense is what it is with him in there, and I just want to have him play within himself. Make the right reads and throws when they're there. When he has to pull that ball down, make something happen, do it. But ultimately, just make good decisions. That's what a professional quarterback does. And anytime you're on the road, it's paramount. Particularly, again, like we just stated, they're a team that takes the ball away quite a bit. So it's paramount that we're taking care of the ball and making good decisions. That's really what I would like to see from him. And I know when the plays are there, I'd like to see him make them as well. But just making good decisions is all.
When you say the offense is what it is with him in there, can you elaborate on that, please?
Yeah, just there's strengths that he has and what Cody has, and you try to play to his strengths a little bit more. So you saw it a little bit last week, but I know Caleb's can do more, and there was other things in the game plan that we didn't quite get to. So it's you always look at what your quarterbacks can do compared to the other guys, and when you play a game, you'll do it. That the teams will see that as we progress.
We've seen that obviously the offense seems like it's a little bit more. You've got more threats right now going these last couple of weeks, and with the I would say the play of guys like Fletcher and Evans, how tough does that make it on you to take tough decisions, and do you appreciate that part of the job?
Well, I think you'd rather. The more playmakers you have, it's a good thing to have. It's a good problem to have. When you can throw it around the field or hand the ball off to guys that you believe can make plays for you offensively. So I think nobody looks at that as a detriment. I think everyone's excited about that opportunity when you're a coordinator or a coach on offense. So you just try to play to the strengths of those guys, and when you try to spread it around more than anything. But ultimately, the defense generally speaking dictates where that ball goes, and when the ball comes to those guys, you believe that they're going to make big things happen with it, and that's their job. So, but we're excited about our offensive players that we have.
Evans and Fajardo are so different. The system is different when they play. Not particularly for Ottawa, but in the future for the rest of the season. Is it a possibility? Are you a coach who would like to maybe put two different quarterbacks in the same game to put the defensive on their hesitate?
Nope, that's not been my mentality as a head coach or as an offensive coordinator. You have your starter and you stick with your starter. That's my opinion. That's how I've always approached the game. I like our quarterbacks to be mentally tough and physically tough, and when you're playing musical chairs with them in there, just because they're having poor games doesn't make them mentally tough, in my opinion. So you'd like to see them fight through things and all that. Are there things that you can throw a guy in there for a scheme here and there? Yes, and we have done that already and done that in the past. But ultimately, I'm not a guy that believes in putting a guy in and putting another guy in and having two game plans and trying to do that. No, our starting quarterback's going to play and do what the offense does when they're in there.
Is playing both Stenback and Fletcher a real possibility for this week?
Yeah, that's again, we've been trying to do that a few more times this year. Just the roster hasn't allowed us to do that, but that is the plan. That'd be something we would like to do. But obviously got to wait till we get the injury reports and get to see the guys in the locker room before we state kind of who's going to play this week.
How do they make you a better team when they're both on the field?
Well,
or both AFL?
They are both a little bit different dynamics of how they carry the ball and what they can do with it. So they're just a little bit different in that aspect. The thing that they do in allowing for is they both stay fresh throughout the entire game. If you play with them, you can roll the other guy in there on a long run or on a series and give one guy a series off. So, that's what you do. You get a fresh back all the time in there, and it's good competition for both of them. They both want to outdo one another, obviously within themselves, not trying to do too much. But being the competitor, they're always going to want to go in there and do their best, no matter what. And it's nice when you have the extra guy in there to push you along. So, they've both done a tremendous job of supporting one another and playing to their strengths. And having them both on is a huge luxury.
What would facing your former team mean to you?
It would mean I feel like I answered it before as far as the emotional part on it. It would be emotional for sure, but I think I would treat it like any other week as far as like trying to go 1-0 that week and game plan and stay locked in, things like that. But it would definitely be an emotional side because I was there for 2 years, so I can't knock that fact. But just push past that and try to go 1-0.
Do you want to prove something to them?
I think my younger days. I'm pretty young right now, but my younger days, that would probably be the key. But I think in year 3, it's just more so being grateful for the opportunities I get to play football and have the opportunity. So it's just more so just to have fun out there.
Why do you think you're still not there?
That might be a question you have to ask them. But I can't really say to that. But I'm here now, so yeah.
Good defensive line on the other side. Is there some guy that you're gonna keep an eye on wherever he is?
Yeah, they got some good D linemen, but I feel like at quarterback you can't really look down there. Then you might miss a couple of reads downfield. So you just got to trust your guys on the O line that they're doing their job, and we got a great O line to do their job. So trust that they're making the blocks and doing what they need to do to control those guys.
How do you feel better prepared potentially this week than you did last week?
I feel like it's about the same as far as staying locked in, staying ready. But I say the one thing is just as far as reps. Like last week, I got a couple reps and things like that. So it's different being in the back versus getting the reps. So other than that, I think it's been the same mentally, locked in and physical as well. So
what would you like to build on from last game?
Just as I was saying, never get too high, never get too low. Just staying even keel and. Each week preparing as a 1-0 and keeping that same kind of dog mentality and me versus me kind of thing.
What did you like of your performance last week?
I would just say it was a great overall performance of just doing what I needed to do as far as following the game plan, the coaching and things like that. and I feel like it was just good overall. Guys rallying around and us playing with each other.
Is it hard for you to process a whole week of practice without knowing am I gonna play or not this weekend?
I would say at first, yeah, like when I was kind of in my rookie years, but now it's kind of the more years you get into the CFL, the more you kind of see how it goes as far as you just have to be ready whenever that time is. And I know it's not like the best thing to say, but you just have to be ready and have to be locked in. So I think now it's more like that.
Did you play with Jalen Acklin or no?
Thank you.
Yeah, no problem. Yeah, I played the last year with him. Mm-hmm.
How is it as a player and as a person?
He's a good guy. I mean, funny dude. He's always making jokes. Very, emotional on the field, and has that fire in him. So, a great guy. I got nothing bad to say about him.
Coach Moss said there's possibility we can see Fletcher and Stenback playing. How great would that be for your offense?
I think that'd be super great. I mean, it's never a bad thing. We got 2 good running backs back there in the backfield with you. So I think that would be just a weight off my shoulders as far as having guys that can slash and, power back or whatever that may be. Let them use their abilities, and I just kind of play off of that and do what I need to do in my job.
I think Crum was on the practice roster towards the end of last season. What do you remember about being there with him?
That's what I was telling Reese, the guy that we just got, that Crum was there. Didn't really know too much. He just, looking whatever we're doing out there and just following the plan. So he was just a quiet guy. Came in to work, knew what he had to do, and just kind of laid low. He was a laid low type of guy.
Can you just give me a quick scouting report on what you've seen from Reese here the last couple of days?
Yeah, he's a good quarterback. He's tried to be studied like a student. What is the word I'm looking for? Student game like that. He asks questions and very studious. That's what I meant. Studious and trying to learn the playbook. So that's always good as a young quarterback.